And we're combining that with the sports and leisure time activities. New way, you know, climbing walls are important. There's going to be a...
what about skateboards? I don't see any skateboards around in these wreck. So my daughter down in Kentucky, she was showing me, say, "Hey, Dad, you all don't have a skateboard like this up there."
We just recently opened a skateboard park in Mount Rainier.
Okay.
And we're going to build another one in Aquasco.
All right. I mean,
you got to meet the needs.
My feet was to the fire, you know. She said, "Hey, Dad, you don't have this up there." I said, "Yeah, well, we didn't have one."
But you know, that's an interesting thing. And to get back to this, and I want to go off on that a little bit, but the other part of this is the size and the variety of programs that we can offer, especially going after teenagers, but also offer an opportunity for our senior citizens.
Right.
We're going to have an internet cafe there. The other part of this building will be one of our model buildings for an environmentally sensitive environment.
Okay. So when is the dedication for that, and when do you expect it to be completed?
We started, we had the dedication, we had the groundbreaking for it last month, and it's going to take about 18 months to open it within that.
So you're taking care of the senior citizens and the young people.
In a very progressive, well-designed, modern, comfortable environment where they'll all be able to coexist and use the facility together.
Yeah.
This is also related to what we found out in our 2010 and beyond study. Our population is changing. There are we're now having many more citizens who are retiring, and they aren't retiring to go sit in a senior home.
Right.
They're
and cut
active.
grass and all that kind of stuff.
They're very active.
Right.
Their program needs are much more different.
Well, they changed the retirement age most places. It used to be 55. Can you believe that? Then it's 65. Now it keeps moving up.
Keeps moving up, but people are still very active.
That's what I mean. That's why it moves up, because of the fact that at 55, 65, the guy is still working, you know.
And we've got to be responsive to those needs.
To the changes, yes.
And this is, even though this is a technology center, technology and recreation center, it's going to have a significant amount of programming and activities for our seniors as well as our young kids. The other thing is, we are changing in our age. We're changing in our ethnic population.
Right.
There are folks now who, you know, their interests is not the traditional sports.
And actually, you got to think in terms of language changes too. With the changes in population, your instructions and things of that nature, you have to go to, right now, the Spanish population, you find the Far East, have really moved into our society. And by providing recreation and training, you have to have the languages involved, you know, language training. But anyway, that sounds great. Tell me something about this census program that you have going.
Well, this is the national census is coming up in 2010. It is extremely important to Prince George's County. There will be, just from a fiscal point of view, of course the census helps us determine our redistricting, what our election boundaries are, but there's a fiscal aspect of it that many people don't kind of realize. That Prince George's County.
Well, how do you get involved in it? We got about 3 minutes now. How do you get involved in this? Yes.
Mr. Brown, you haven't given me enough to tell you about park and planning. But we have the census. The national census will happen on April 1st.
Okay.
People will be getting forms in the mail, very short forms. It'll take you 10 minutes to fill out. And we are asking everybody to return those on April 1st. This is our national census. In fact, Prince George's County gets about $872 per year for every person that fills out the census. So if people don't send it back,
then
think
we
of
don't
that
get
as
the money.
money that we do not get.
You miss that money.
That's money for health care,
So it's
jobs.
important that people, when they get this census questionnaire, that they return them to.
Extremely important. Extremely. Watch for it in the mail. put it on your priority list when you get those forms, to return those forms on April 1st.
Another thing too, in March there, around 20th, you have Envisions. Tell us a little bit about that. That's a minute.
It is important, if the county is going to continue to progress, that we know where we want to go. But all of our population has to be involved in determining what that vision is. On March 20th, we are having a first of its kind town hall meeting to allow people to not only be involved in discussing what the vision of Prince George's County should be, determine what the priorities should be, and to form an action plan of and strategy of how to achieve it. We're going to have it at the Sports and Learning Center.
Great.
We're looking for 1,000 people to come out.
Fantastic.
It'll be very interactive with a lot of discussion. We'll have some technology there for people to see responses right away. And I encourage everyone to go on envisionprincegeorges.org and look at the website to see about what we've done for Envision Prince George's County and embrace the possibilities and see what we're going to do on March 20th of this year.
March, this is going to the Sports and Learning Center.
Sports and Learning.
And what is that, all-day affair?
It's going to be from about 9:30 to 3:30, something like that.
9:30.
Very interactive.
No
very
charge,
engaging.
right?
No charge.
Okay.
No charge.
A lot of people.
We just want your ideas and your discussion.
And those are 2 points that you're really interested in fact, that this Envision and the sensors, and it's so very important. It's your tax dollars, you're thinking about what they're doing with it. You got to get it first, and this is one of the qualifications over the sensors, so you have to fill out that. I want to thank you for being here, Mr. Chairman, Chairman Parker, Maryland National Capital Park and Planning, and the Prince George County Planning Board. I'm a little prejudiced, I think Prince George Planning Board is a little, one of the top ones in the country. So and they have shown many times through the projects and everything that they have brought to this county through the gold medals. That this is a #1 agency. It's hard to sell it to people, but all they have to do is go down. They can go down to Upper Marlboro, over Riverdale. Those are some of the headquarters of the building. Right. And what you want to do, you really want to support the planning board on this Envisions and on the sensors, because it's so very important. I brought the chairman in here. I want to bring him back here prior to that time so that he can emphasize that. That'll be March or April, sir. So I'll see you then.
Before April 1st?
Yes, before April 1st. It'll be in March. Okay. Nice having you here.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, be back in a minute. Got a young man from across the seas there. He feels that Prince George County is a good place to have a business. Hey, this is Ed Brown. I'm back. Another outstanding guest here, young man from Vietnam. We here in America offer all kinds of opportunity. And this young man, Don Lee, has opened up a jewelry store and a cafe in our county seat, Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And this is something, what happens, Upper Marlboro needs a punch, and this is, I think, going to be it. Hey, welcome, Don Lee, to the Ed Brown Show, and welcome to,
thank you, sir.
As far as the business is concerned, hey, look, tell us about this jewelry. I heard that you're a jeweler and all that, and you have a calf down there, and that you're going to help revitalize Upper Marlboro.
Hey, that's where I'm living right now, so I call it resident. I used to live in California for the last 20 years or so. I just came out here with my family. We drove across country and happened to land it in Upper Marlboro and took over a jewelry store.
Well, how did you get involved in jewelry store and calf? I mean, how did that come about?
The cafe was kind of a coincidence. It's not a plan.
Oh, that's a coincidence. You saw some dollars, huh?
I mean, I thought it was something, but
something that was needed.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know, but I don't think there's a Vietnamese restaurant in that area.
See, I have my jewelry stores in Upper Marlboro. I have a lot of customers who come in and said, hey, are you Vietnamese? Do you know where the nearest Vietnamese
Right.
restaurant I can get some Vietnamese beef noodles? It's